Okay, so we've just started the recording. This can be available for you on our YouTube channel as well as Miami Trainers Live, which is on your dashboard. This is Matrix 101, which is part of a series set up for success. Later today at 11 a.m., we will be doing search, find, and customize, which is part of Matrix 201. We also have a Matrix 301 and an Add Edit Matrix class that helps you input your listings. Okay, so how you log in is right from your miamirealtors.com page. Right here in the middle, we do have the Miami Gateway. Once you click onto the Miami Gateway, it'll bring you into your login page. So let's do that now. This is our Miami Gateway. Once this class is done and recorded, you can find it here, right on Miami Realtors Live. We have recorded videos for your viewing pleasure on different topics, and we continue to add different videos every day. I did want to mention as we begin the class that you do have to activate audio to be able to hear me. Let's go ahead and log into Matrix. This is our Matrix portal. Okay, so right at the top, you do have a floating blue bar. And as you hover over each word, you do have an additional information listed under. Okay, so this is always home. You can't break the system, so feel free to explore. And if you ever get lost, you want to go ahead and just go back home. So you do have home. We have our search capabilities and the different ways of us searching. So you do want to become familiar with these types of properties. We have single family and condos. We have residential income. We have residential land. We have our rentals. We have our CLD land improved, our business opportunities. And cross properties means that you cross search for multiple types of properties at once. We have our open houses. Due to COVID-19, our open houses has changed slightly. So Matrix does now allow for virtual open houses. We have our public records. We can search for internal agents, offices. We have our stats. Stats is covered in Matrix 301. We have My Matrix, which we'll be returning back to here to set us up. We're going to be setting up our information in Matrix a little later. We have Realist. We have IMAP. Realist and IMAP, we do have an excellent class on this regarding CMAs, and it's also covered a little bit in Matrix 301. We have our internal links, finance information. The Add Edit is the section where you add or edit any listings that you have. So this depends on your brokerage. Some brokerages have someone who adds and edits the listings for you, and sometimes you'll be adding it yourself. This is a conversation you'd have to have with your broker. We have our market reports, our help, and a mobile view. Matrix doesn't actually have an app that you download, but you do have a mobile view, and I did want to show that to you. This is basically a simplified version of Matrix and how you would see it on your phone. So you would basically log in or input this address, and you can activate your Matrix through your mobile phone. You do have an English or a Spanish version. And we did want to go ahead and take a look at help. In the help section, we do have a help index. These searches do have input forms. So I did want to show you your data input forms. They're available here. So these are PDFs, and they basically let you know all of the different information that you need to take notes of when you're going to input a listing. All of the red bubbles, these are mandatory fields. If you fill this out, this is for note-taking purposes only. It's only to remind you of what information you want to be aware of when you're at a listing appointment. Some of this information is inputted through your tax service, but this is a great way to make sure that you have all the information you need in order to input your listing. Okay, so we have all of the different types. We also have a permission to advertise form, which is very important. If you'd want to advertise a listing that is not your own, you need a permission to advertise form. Sometimes your broker will let you advertise properties within the firm, but that's another conversation you'd have to have with your broker to verify. Okay, and then right at the top, you have a status change form, and that means any changes that happen to your listing, whether it goes from active to pending, a price change, an extension, that needs to be documented, and it's documented here with a status change form. Okay. If you want any additional trainings, you do have a training guides right here for Matrix. So we have training guides and how-tos. You have little video tutorials, and you have Matrix support. So you do have a phone number, and they are available Monday through Friday. They're open a little later, and they're also open Saturday and Sunday. right? They close a little earlier, but they are open on the weekends to help you. You also have a live chat. I personally love the live chat. You get immediate response. They're great people. Reach out to them. They're there to help you. These are additional information of frequently asked questions about the search, about the speed bar, emailing, the CMA, reverse prospecting, again, the mobile matrix, and the open houses. Okay, I did want to go ahead and give you a tour of the area maps. So something about Fort Lauderdale. Okay, I did want to point out these area codes because if you're out of our area and you're going to list something out of our service area, you need these special codes, right? So you have area code 5940. That's for Florida, other than Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie. So we cover these areas. So if your property is outside of these areas, this is the code that you would put in. You have 5950, and that's for the island and the Caribbean. You have 5960, that's for U.S. other than Florida. And you have 5970, which is outside of the U.S. other than the islands and the Caribbean. So you do need to be licensed in another state to list a property in another state. This is also out of your service area and a conversation you'd have to have with your broker, but I need you to know where to find this information. Right down here, we also have our city list of municipality codes. So let me go ahead and show you Miami-Dade. These are also the first two numbers of a folio number. Okay, so you don't need to know them all by heart, but again, you want to know where to find them. Let's go back home and break down or take a look at what you have here. So at first, it does look like a lot of information, but aside from your additional links up here, you do have a speed bar. The speed bar is covered in 301, but basically it's just a way to quickly make a search. Whether you already have the MLS number or the address, you can go ahead and find it from the speed bar. You have your news and alerts. These are very important. You do get a pop-up when you log in, but let's say you just click, I read it, so you can move on with your day. You do have them available here. Okay, so you can click them, open them up, read them, and then close them. We do have these little boxes. These are our widgets, and they are customizable. You can drag them to move them. Okay. Let's say I want to know what my listings are all the time and I want that right at the top. You can do that. You can also minimize them. You have a little drop down arrow or an X. You can minimize. You can also X them out. Okay. I suggest you do. Move things around, customize it, make the system your own. Right? Because you're going to probably be in this system more than any other system in real estate. Now, they're not gone forever. If you ever want to pull that information back out, they're under this box called Additional. All you would have to do is drag out the widget and it'll come back out. Okay, so you can customize this. You can make it your own. So let's jump into My Matrix. Because we're going to start getting set up, we're going to go down to My Information. And we're under My Information here. So the best that you fill this out, it will transfer into header and footer, CMA cover sheet, agent website, and portal profile. So let's start by verifying our information. You can override your name by clicking Override. You can add in a nickname, your last name. You have your email address here. If your email address is not correct, you can go ahead and override it, but the process won't be complete. So you can change it now, but to complete the process, you'll have to update membership services. So send an email to membership@miamire.com with your correct email address, and they'll update it for you. They'll finish the process for you. You want to go ahead and add your title, whether that's Realtor or Realtor Associate. Again, if your cell phone number is wrong, you can go ahead and override that. But you do want to send an email to membership so that they make sure that in all of the different programs on your gateway, that information is correct, because this is a single sign-on system. Okay, so you can change your phone number. This information you cannot edit. So mine looks a little bit different from yours, but where it says agency and office, that's where you should have your broker information, your broker's office number. Again, if this is not correct, you want to go ahead and send that email to membership@miamire.com. Okay, this is a tagline. I put here an example, Miami's premier real estate professional. If you'd like to use it, you're more than welcome. You can pick your service area, just pop in that information, or you can take some time, see what your value proposition is, and add a little tagline as part of your marketing. As additional information, you can either put a website, you can put additional ways of contacting you. Maybe you have another assistant or another direct line. You can add that here. I did list 2, and we do have classes on that. I have a Proxio website, and we do have a Proxio class, and I do have an Agent 3000 website, and we do have an Agent 3000 class. So any changes that you made on this page, you want to go ahead and click Save at the bottom. Let's move on to header and footer. So if you want to go ahead and start customizing this, you can select the banner right here. Select a different banner, image, or theme. We have our basic templates, our blue template, our wave template. We have a few different templates that you can choose from. To select a template, you do have a little circle here on the left. Just select the one you'd like, okay? And once you select it, you can go ahead and click Preview. And I'll show it to you. You have an option of image or no image. So if I don't want a photo, I just click where it says photo here. We're going to click no photo. That's what that would look like. If you do want to use a photo, you click use custom photo. Mine says change, but yours should say something like add or input. Here we have our branding information with a few drop-down menus that let you select any of the previous information we inputted in the information tab. You can put it in the order that you'd like. My order, I just put name, position, company, my cell phone number, and my email address. So you're free to customize this however you'd like. You can also use the theme default colors. So the system has actually inputted these colors based on the image that you've selected. But if you want different colors, let's say you don't like yellow, you can go ahead and use custom colors, right? And you can change that. You also have transparency options. I like to use the default for the theme. This is just your header and what it looks like for reports. So whenever you create a report for your customer, this is what's going to appear. This is the virtual, the big one on top. This is your footer. This is just a little line on the bottom of the page that basically indicates to your customer that this page is done. You can choose whether you'd like this footer or if you don't want the footer. And again, you have these drop-down menus where you can go ahead and customize it. Maybe you want to put your office information at the bottom and your personal information at the top. That's up to you. And again, you have options with colors. Save when you're done. We have our CMA cover sheet. The CMA and the report can be done through Matrix, and it's also part of our Matrix 301 class. But as part of 101, we like to set it up for you. So this is basically the information that's available here. My only real suggestion is that you update this photo. You have here basic silhouette of 2 people shaking hands, I believe. And you do want to go ahead and update that. Update it to your company logo, update it to your image, or else that little picture will come out when you do your reporting. You can select what information you'd like and what information you wouldn't like. You can also override for your CMA. So I kept it simple, my name, company, the address. You can choose not to and remove it. I do like to include a company address, my phone number, my email, and we save at the bottom. This is our email signature. So if you already have a signature on maybe one of your emails or in your Gmail or your company email, you can go ahead and copy paste it right in. You can also add an image. So you're going to put your cursor right where you'd like that picture. You select image. Okay. When selected, press OK, and it'll pop right in. So where does the system grab the image? The image is only available if you updated your headshot right in the beginning, and in the CMA if you added a logo. So those are the only two places where you can add pictures and where the system will pull from. So you have to have included the picture there in order to be able to add it in your signature. You also can do live links. So you go ahead and highlight whatever information you'd like. And you press this little link, or what looks like a stapler. You click it, and you put in the URL. Okay, you press OK, and it's now a live link. You can also do that for your email. Let me do it one more time. So to remove it, click, add it, and we just type it right back in. And we press OK. Okay, you can do that for all of your social media. If you have not set up your social media yet, if you don't have a Facebook or a business Instagram, you can join our social media class. We have a part 1 all the way to part 4. You can do that at this time. We also have it on Miami Live already pre-recorded for you. I did also want to point out, if you wanted to add that little R next to Realtor, if you click on this little horseshoe, you do have different information here. So you have that little R. If you have a little asterisk in your name, you can find those here. Okay, and this is your signature. Click Save when you're done. I'm going to skip Agent Website and go straight into Portal Profile, because some of the information on Portal Profile, once we fill it out, it can transition into the Agent Website. I'm going to click Portal Profile. We have our photo, our portal greeting, our inventory, a video, and contact information. So once you click on it, you can add whatever picture you want. Don't add this picture. This doesn't even look like a Miami house. I put this as a sample, but you do want to go ahead and add an image. Okay. Portal greeting. You have English and Spanish, but the system won't translate for you. I have a little blurb here. If you want to take a picture of it, if you're interested in using it, by all means, you can use it. But the English, once you input the English, the Spanish won't automatically translate. You would have to translate that information yourself. But if you select that you want Spanish portal, the Spanish information will come out. I'm going to give it a second if you want to take a picture of it for some ideas. This is my portal greeting. That means that whenever a customer looks at their portal, they'll see this little message. And I'll show you that portal in a second. You have your inventory slideshow. So I always suggest my active listings, also my office active listings. So even if you don't have listings at this time, your brokerage will always have a listing to advertise for you, or multiple listings to advertise on your page. So I would stick to my office active listings. And okay, you don't really need my temporary off the market or withdrawn because those aren't really available. You can put any YouTube video. Okay, I picked this one. It's on our YouTube channel. You can find any YouTube video that you'd like. All you need is the address to pop in the URL right at the top, and the system will take it. And then you have your contact information with multiple drop-down menus. Okay, it gives you a lot of drop downs so that you can customize that however you'd like. Also, you want to make sure to have clicked the check mark on the side. So if they're in a light blue and they're not clicked off or checked off, it won't appear either on the portal view or on the web page. So you want to check those off. I'm going to check off inventory slideshow because I don't have any listings. And then I'm going to press save at the bottom. Okay, I did want to give you a little look into the portal profile right under contacts. So all of your contacts have information associated with them. Okay, so you do see their portal activity, which we're going to go ahead and set up some notifications for you to make sure that any portal activity that your customer does within their portal, you can see it. But I did want to open up that portal just so you can have a look at it. So this is what we made earlier. This is what that looks like. This is our little blurb that they would see. Okay, so your customer can do a few things in here. This is that picture that we put in. This is the video. And then this is our contact information. Okay, they have their messages. We can see that they never opened the one that was sent April 1st. That's a good time to maybe give them a call. We can see if any notes were made. I didn't see this note, and that's why we need to go ahead and activate our notifications on our phone. You never want to miss any of these notes. They can also search for property. So during this time where you're creating these portals for your customers, it's not a bad idea to give them a call and have a discussion about how to use their portal. Some people aren't very techy, but a quick call, maybe a conference call or a Zoom call would be an option during these times. And that could be part of your virtual buyers program. They can go into they can see all the properties I sent right on the right-hand side. They can see where they are in the map. Right? They can scroll through the pictures. They can hit the little heart to favorite. And they favorited this one. And we see that now. And they can also create any search that they want. Start a new search. And they have some criteria that they can pick. Okay, so the portal is very important because you have more control. You see what they're doing. You can keep up with them. Okay, let's go back to Matrix. So my Matrix, my information. And finish up with our agent website. Okay, so this is our agent website. You can go ahead and enable it by clicking Enable Agent Website, and you can customize a little bit. Your web page title goes up here. Your home page title goes here. And I put in the same little blurb here. Okay, but you can update it. You can bold it, right? You can change the font, the size, the background. You can add pictures. You can add another video in here. You can link maybe all of your social media information in here, like I showed you. And if you wanted to add any HTML, you would do so by clicking Source. Okay. So right down here, you do have some options. And these are additional information that you can add. And all of this information would be added to your website. I'm going to add my portal greeting. I'm going to add my video. Remember, I really didn't like that photo, so I'm going to do my contact information. And you can also change the order, okay, by moving up or moving down. This is your map area. In the map area, you have a few options here. You have do not specify a map area, and that'll basically show them the state of Florida. You can restrict the search to a specific map area. So if you only do the Gables and you only want them to be able to search within the Gables, you can click here. My favorite is the specify an initial map view, but that they can search anywhere. So that means that you would have to set up your map area by clicking Set Map Area. And you can zoom in into the area that you'd like. Okay, so I'm comfortable here and click Save. So whenever they open up that map area, it'll be in that area, right? So this is our favorite. You do have an option of including a sign-up form. And if you want to go ahead and update your domain name, so instead of it saying this information here, you want it to say something like Martin sells South Florida, then you would have to contact either GoDaddy or Wix is another option. And they can go ahead and create that for you, and you would have to let them know that that's what you want. So you would have to contact them directly so that they can redirect that information. And we're going to click Save and view our site. And that's basically what that looks like. So here's your little blurb, your information, and your video. They can also look for property, just like the portal. So if you don't have a website yet, this is a good option, right? Let's go back into Matrix, and we're going to run a search. Actually, before we run a search, let's go into My Matrix, into Contacts, and let's learn how to add a contact. I suggest that we add our own. Click Add. Add your own information in there. Put in your first name, put in your last name, put in your email address, so that when you play with the system and we run a search in a little bit, you can go ahead and send it to yourself, and you can explore the client portal. See how long it takes to get to you, see the portal message, see the experience of your customer. So let's add your first name, your last name, and your email. Those are the only mandatory fields. So you can also add title information, so Miss, Mr., Mrs., the category, are they a buyer, a seller, a friend, a prospect, how you'd like to greet them, that's up to you. Hi, hello, dear, or you can do a custom one. You can add their phone number and their cell. There's also additional fields that you can add, their home information, their business information, and their notes. Okay, you can add as many contacts as you'd like. And I also want to go into My Matrix, into Settings, into the Portal Notification settings. So once we saw all the things that our customers can do within their portal, we want to get notified. So it's up to you whether you want to get notified by email and ASAP, which is as soon as possible. If you want to get notified by text, or if you want to get notified as a daily summary in an email. So if you click everything, that's a lot of information. So this is every time they visit the portal. If you want to get an email on that, if you want to get a text on that, if you want just a daily summary. So that's when they're popping in and out. If they saved a favorite, if they removed the favorite, if they saved a possibility, they removed the possibility, if they deleted a whole listing, they brought it back, if they added any notes, if they saved the search, or if they visited the portal for the first time. These three are my personal favorites. So if I sent you into the portal and you've never gone in, I never received a notification, then that's for me to go ahead and reach out to you and see what happened. Did it end up in your spam? Did you have a hard time opening it? That's the time I can go ahead and give you a call and ask to maybe verify your email address. But I want to know if you actually had access to it. Okay. Save the search. I like this one too because let's say I sent information of properties in South Miami, and all of a sudden they've created a new search for properties in Miami Springs. We want to know that, right? So the system will go ahead and let you know that, but if that happens, that's also a good time to reach out to your customer to see, oh, you're interested in that area. Let's see if we can go over it. Let me give you some information on the neighborhood. So that's another good one. And of course, adding notes. That means that they're trying to communicate with you. They're adding notes on their properties. And I want to be able to respond immediately if they added a message or a note to their listing. So these three, I like to get them by text. You can also get them by email. But these three, I like to get them as soon as possible when they happen. These are your options. So how do you input this information, or how do you set up your cell phone number? Right down here where it says your phone number, you're going to go ahead and input that number, add your cellular provider, and it should give you a little code. Okay, once you're done with that, you want to go ahead and save. You can always go back. So again, that's Matrix, Settings, Portal Notification Settings. You can always come back here and update those settings. So if you see that you're getting too much information at once, you can go pop in there and make those changes. Okay, let's go home and let's run a search. That would be under our search. We're going to get started with single family / condo. And here is your speed bar. This over here is your recent searches. So you basically have searches for the past 7 days. The system will go ahead and save those here. And this board is basically divided into 3. You have its status and type of property. You have here location in the middle. And here to the side, you basically have your customer's needs, right? So you have the price, the bedrooms, the baths. That's the breakdown of this dashboard. Up at the top, we're looking at the criteria of our search. Our next tab is maps, which we cover in 201. So we'll get more comfortable with using maps. And then on the last tab, we have our results. You want to be aware of our result number and our matches. Clear is to sweep the dashboard, remove anything you've selected. And again, you have maps and results at the bottom. We have additional fields. These are fields that are not normally listed right at the top, but they're commonly used. And they're to continue to specify. So showing instructions, carport, or descriptions, HOPA. HOPA is basically a community that has adults over 55. Okay? And you can add or remove additional fields by clicking add or remove. You can go ahead and click on what you want to remove and click remove. Okay? And you can add by selecting something, any of these available fields on the MLS, and putting them in. You can either scroll through them, or you can type in what you're looking for. So let's say I'm going to add association fee, and I want to add association fee paid per. Is it per month? Is it per every 3 months? So any field that's important to you, a bonus. That's another option. Okay. And then you don't have to save it. You just have to click back. And you'll see it right here at the bottom that what I've picked has been added. Okay, so we're going to do a quick little search now that we know basically how the dashboard works. We're going to pick something that's active. We want single family. So you also want to click single under type of property, or it will show you mobile homes as part of your search. And I'm going to search by zip code. Let's do 33166. And I have 37 matches. So let me see my results. And I want to go ahead and give you a little tour of this grid. So these are our results based on our criteria. Okay, so here you have where you can select one of the results. Okay, we have pictures. Before you even select, you can see your pictures. This looks great. Okay, this is our status, our area, our address, our subdivisions. LP stands for listing price. And here you will have arrows. So we do have a little red arrow that points down, and that means there's been a price decrease. But sometimes you can have an arrow that points up, and that means that there's been a price increase. We have the sales price. So these are all active properties. That's why this is blank. We have our number of bedrooms, our number of full baths, the number of the half baths, our square feet living area, our type of property, the year it was built, our garages, does it have a pool, is it waterfront, and the design. Okay? You do have all of these options available for you. If you move the bar at the bottom, you have your lot size. You click on this little money sign. This is realist, and it'll show you the tax information. You also have IMAP. That's another option for tax information. These little videos here, they're the property tour, the panogram, the tour of the property and pictures. Okay, so some of them have them, some of them don't. And these little guys, this is showtime. That means that it's ready to be, that you can schedule an appointment right from here. Okay. Let's go ahead and click into one of them. We're going to click on the MLS number. Okay, and this is the MLS page. This is the full view. Okay, so as part of the full view, you have the property information here. We have our listing price, our address, and we have our pictures, our listing broker information, okay, our legal description, location information, right? You have your general info about the property, our remarks, the rooms, additional information about the property, our financial information, our listing agent's information. So I did want to mention, whenever you send property through the portal for your customer, they will not receive the other agent's information. Okay, so this information will never come out. Okay, you also have the icons right at the top. You have property history. Okay, this isn't the tax roll information. This is property history on the MLS. So you can see what office has listed it, the days on the market that it's been, and the changes. And these icons were added here at the top so that you can be more efficient. You probably won't see this information, but you will see data co-op, form simplicity. So if you wanted to put an offer, you can just click right through here. I did want to show you this little icon. This is to report data errors. So if you see any information that's incorrect, you can go ahead and click on that, and you can put that information here. No one will know who you are. This is confidential. You can put in the information. So let's say you see a rental priced at $235,000. You know that's wrong. So you can go ahead and put in that information. The MLS department will review it. They will make the changes by contacting the listing agent. This helps us help each other. I did want to show you that little area. So if you want to go back to the grid of all the results, you do have this option here. It's called Agent Single Line Display. And this is all of our search results. Okay, you can sort the information from least to greatest. Let's say I wanted to sort the list price. Just by clicking it, I can start at the lowest, or if I click it again, I can start at the highest. You can do that for the address. You can do that for the bedrooms and the bath. Let's select a few. Okay, I selected 4.
We're going to learn how to send an email to our clients.
Send an email. Okay, and you can go ahead and select the word to. If you click here, you can see all your customers. So if you added yourself as a contact, you can go ahead and click on yourself, press OK. Okay, you can copy yourself, but I suggest copying yourself here. That's a blind copy, BCC. If you do want to copy someone, you can go ahead and copy maybe her husband or the roommate. You can add the subject line. This is good. Great properties in Miami. Take a look. Any additional information that you want to send. Okay, you can. This is our signature that we worked on. Our links are live here. But if you want to make changes, you can click Edit Your Signature. You can go ahead and send. So we sent an email. And that'll go right into her portal. But let's say you have a customer that doesn't like the portal or doesn't want to be inside a portal and just wants to receive a PDF. You can go ahead and you can do that by clicking Print. When you click Print, you'll have different types of reports that will be pulled. Anything that says client are the ones that you want to send. Okay? So you have client multi-row. I'm going to press Control and select something else. If you have an app, you can use Command. So client multi-row, client 8 photo, client full with remarks. I'm going to click Preview so we can take a look at them. This is if you want to send just like a PDF and you don't want them to be in the portal. If you want to print it out, this is the multi-row. I like the multi-row for a showing. So if you're going to show property to your customer, this is a good way to kind of give them a little bit of information about the property. They can write their feelings on there, their notes on there. Okay, this is another version that gives all the information of the property without giving the other agent's information. So this is the closest thing to a portal view. So this is the 8 photo flyer. And you see here, this is what your information will say. It'll say prepared by your information, your license number, and when you made it for them, not the other agent's info. This is the full view, but without the agent's information. So they can see the financial information, all of the details of the property. Okay? So these are the different types of flyers that you're going to send. Don't send them all. The most popular one is probably the client 8 photo. So you can either press print or print to PDF to send it as an email, or just email the PDF. So if you want to print it, send it through your regular email outside of Matrix. If you want to print it and give it to your customer, you can do so here. Or if you want to email just a PDF and not put them in the portal, this is the option here. Let's run another search. You can search, let's do rental. Okay, so you can run a search here. Let's pick 18 to 2,500 as my rental. Here are your bedrooms. So you can do 1 to 2 bedrooms, or you can do 3 or more bedrooms. So basically, if you put 1, the system's only going to bring up 1 bedrooms. If you put 1 to 2 bedrooms, the system is only going to bring up 1 to 2 bedrooms. And if you pick 2 with a plus sign, it's going to pick up anything more than 2 bedrooms. Okay? And the same thing works for the full baths and the year. If you're doing cities, you can do zip code. I want to point out the zip code situation here. You can do more than 1, so I can do 33166. I can do a comma and also add 33183. So any zip codes that you want to search are here. As you search, be aware of your results. So sometimes less is more. I would start with price, the bedrooms and baths, right? And then the area that they want to be. And then continue to specify if you need those results to go down to a doable search, right? So maybe 20 or 10. You never really want to send too much information to your customer at once. It's overwhelming. This is basically all of 101. So we did go over setting up your website. We went over the Matrix dashboard. We learned a little bit about the input forms and the maps that you can find in the help section. If you have any additional questions or matrix help, we know where to find that. We know where to find the chat now. We've ran a few little searches. You've personalized your matrix dashboard. And so in 201, if you want to take it, it starts at 11. And in 201, we'll continue to customize. We'll do a few other searches. We'll get comfortable with the map. I'll teach you how to modify your grid. Okay, so I see a question. It says, good morning. On the cart option, I added a property to my client the other day. However, he could not see the cart. So anything that you add to a cart cannot be seen by your customer. So a cart is basically used for holding on to property. It's the equivalent of if you wanted to make a note in the MLS. And we normally use our carts to schedule multiple properties for a showing. So you want to send that to your customer either through a PDF, as an email, through the portal, but not through carts. Anything that you have under My Carts, basically property that they're not able. And we're actually going to go over carts in 201, and that starts at 11. I'm so happy you guys were able to join me today. I hope I can see you guys and we can. Thank you. So happy to know that there's so many agents that are involved in their business right now. This is a great time to continue to communicate with your customers, to take those classes that you've always wanted to take, to get those designations that you've always wanted to take. Realtor.com does have some of their designations either significantly less or for free. So for example, one of the free ones is ePro. So all of the recordings are actually going to be posted in your gateway, in your Miami gateway, right where it says Miami Realtors Live. And we also have a YouTube channel. Miami Realtors is another option. But later, if not today, tomorrow, this class will be posted on Miami Realtors Live, right on your dashboard, right here. But the keys actually have 3 separate MLSs. So a good way is either using Rapatoni, another option, RPR. We do not email the actual recording, but if you want to send an email to Christy@miamire.com, I can go ahead and see if that's a possibility. But normally these recordings are quite large and we keep them on the server. But they are available for you right in Miami Realtors Live, and they're also available for you on our YouTube channel. So on the YouTube channel, you will have a link, and you can always revert back to it there if you wanted to add it to your own information, and also Miami Realtors Live. So in the gateway, it's going to be under Miami Realtors Live. It should be on the top row. I did want to mention that we are going to be starting Coffee with the Trainer. It's more interactive. There's shorter sessions, about 30 minutes. So again, if anybody missed it, if you want a recording of this session, you can go ahead and look for it in your gateway under Miami Realtors Live or on our YouTube channel. But this is the ending of Matrix 101. At 11 a.m., we're going to start 201. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you. Have a great day.